Namaste, Truth Seeker, and welcome aboard Ascension Express. It's your boy Adam, and today I want to speak to you beautiful souls out there about my personal experience with a dysfunctional spiritual cult that exists on Facebook at this time. Before I begin, I just want to let you all know up front that for legal reasons, I unfortunately cannot mention the cult's name, the leaders' names, or its members' names, but I am certainly going to share my experience with you in this video. Okay, so I first joined their free Facebook group when I saw it as a recommended group one day when I was searching for random, interesting groups on Facebook. At the time, I was going through what was probably my most intensely painful dark night of the soul. I had broke up with my karmic soulmate / preparer twin flame. I was curious and figured I had nothing left to lose. Also, I was familiar with the group's name and logo. I had seen some of their YouTube videos when I was still with this karmic girlfriend. So I'm in the group and had a free consultation with a woman who was quite confident that she could help me with my twin flame journey. It didn't take very long for me to realize that she wasn't intuitive at all. I knew in my gut she couldn't help me figure out how to find my twin flame. However, there also was a book, which I ended up buying on Amazon, that she said could also help me find my twin flame. I thought to myself, oh, that's awesome. I didn't actually buy the book until another student convinced me to buy the book. But before I bought this book and met this student, this woman I had the consultation with invited me to come to a Google Hangout meeting. So I obliged. The meeting was fun, and the focus was put on me because I was brand new, of course. Sure enough, there was a catch. If I wanted to attend another one of those meetings, I would have to pay for a very expensive website-based school of theirs. At this point, I was turned off completely and didn't bother to engage in the group at all after that. But then, one day, I see this student's post in the group and resonated with every word she wrote. I was so excited because it was like she read my mind to the T. I had this sudden urge to message her on Facebook, and so we began a friendship as if we had left off from a long time ago. It was like we already knew each other for many years. She then proceeded to help me over the course of a year or so to become familiar with the group's method of getting into union with your twin flame. I felt very comfortable working with her. Everyone else seemed like they just cared about my money. This made me really suspicious. This alone made me go like, what's going on here? This is shady. Especially when she started to tell me about some horrible things she was personally experiencing in the group. I could just feel something was wrong in my gut. But once again, my curiosity kept leading me down this rabbit hole. And actually what really reeled me in was the fact that I wanted to discover my true life purpose. They have a second website-based school that claims to show you what your life purpose is and to teach you how to get the most out of it. Now, I feel that the first 50 classes do make good on this promise, but beyond that, there was nothing else to learn from the school. However, before I canceled my subscription with the Life Purpose School, my student friend who had been helping me with my twin flame journey the whole time also finally convinced me to join their twin flame school. For a couple of months, it seemed like I was benefiting from the school as well. Even though I only enjoyed 50 of the life purpose classes, I did manage to make some amazing friends from the weekly meetings that were held. I still talk to some of these friends regularly. I actually consider them to be soul family. Now, here comes the bad yet intriguing part. The male leader of the cult reaches out to me by Facebook Messenger in writing. Mind you, I've barely communicated with this guy both on Facebook Messenger and the group prior to this. I didn't speak to him on the phone. I didn't speak to him face to face. This was all done in writing over Facebook Messenger. So he reaches out to me because at the time, this nasty woman decided to throw me out of a lot of their sales-based Facebook groups because I wasn't, quote unquote, following her rules. She was clearly jealous and threatened by me just because the group was loving what I had to share about sales. I wanted to start my own meeting in the group to help as many people as I could with improving their sales skills. And so the male leader apologized to me for her unacceptable behavior shortly after I found out she and her supposed twin flame were exiled from the group. He made me believe that I should come to him with any problem, that I shouldn't be afraid to speak up. This was the first of many lies he told. It wasn't long before I had met him and his wife for the first time on a video conference meeting with a lot of other group members. Everything seemed awesome at first. We all got along just great. There was a wonderful vibe in that meeting overall. And this was true for the private meeting we had as well as the second sales meeting. Then things got weird. The male leader wanted to promote me as a VP of sales all of the sudden just because I decided to claim this position. Of course, I still needed to comply with his quote unquote training in order to actually have this position. Fine, I thought. I'm an ambitious dude, why not? Also, I was curious to see once again how far the rabbit hole went. I didn't need this job he would potentially give me. Actually, to the contrary, whatever money he promised if you sold his products was an absolute joke. Truth be told, a total insult if you ask me. So anyway, he starts to give me orders as part of the training to be his VP of sales. He was extremely cold. He spoke to me as if I was an object rather than a human being. The only time he appeared to be warm for a sentence or two is if I did what he asked of me. Now, this is where it gets really crazy, and I swear on my life, it's all true. He throws out another female student one day, suddenly from the group, even though she's been a part of the group practically since the beginning. Then he messages me on Facebook again to invite me to join his live classes. I was confused because I was already subscribed to both of his schools, which, by the way, he didn't even know I was in. He had to ask me which classes I was taking. Some leader, right? At first I thought he was being nice and wanted to give me a boost into becoming a VP of sales faster because I did all that he asked of me. But no, he was asking me to pay more money for these live classes. And when I say more, I mean a lot more. And this was the first time I said no to him about anything. In fact, I politely declined his offer when he made it seem like I had a choice in the matter. He said that another, much more seasoned student could take my place instead, but that because I was going to be his VP of sales, that he wanted me to come instead of that person. So this is where he tries to manipulate me using guilt, although he would always preach that guilt is never appropriate. What a hypocrite. And then when I said no thank you, he writes to me, sad. I took you as an ambitious man.
I will be removing you from all sales groups, and I will reconsider you as VP of sales. You have revealed yourself.
Then he proceeds not only to throw me out of all of those sales groups, but he has little pathetic, abhorrent minions tell me to remove myself from all group chats. Also, he and his wife blocked me straight up from their Facebook accounts. All because I didn't want to pay for these expensive live classes, okay? I was already paying for these other schools of theirs, and they weren't even helping me with my twin flame union at all. So common sense would tell me, right? Why would I pay more money? And then he throws me out. He shows his true colors. When he said I revealed myself, he revealed himself. At this point, all of my suspicions were confirmed. I knew all along that they were codependent narcissists preying on innocent, empathetic people who had already suffered from past trauma in relationships. Sure enough, I wasn't the only student to experience the wrath of this male leader, who is Satan disguised as God. He claims to be the second coming of Christ. So laughable. He is beyond mentally unstable and should be locked up in a loony bin along with all of his brainwashed minions. I've heard from other students that their bank accounts were drained. They became jobless because of this male leader and his wife. That he and his wife have thrown out and slandered their former students' names and reputations. That they have forced students to break up with their spouse, claiming that they are not with their true twin flame and need to be with the person that they claimed is their twin flame. Also, they tell everyone that their life purpose is to work for them, either as a coach or in some capacity working for them. They outright stole the completion process from Teal Swan and gave it a different name. They denounce anyone who is better than them, whether that be Infinite Waters, Doreen Virtue, Tony Robbins, you name it. You aren't allowed to share anyone else's work other than their own work in the group, and if you don't comply, you become excommunicated immediately. You aren't allowed to challenge the group with any questions. They will say nasty things to you and proceed to throw you out. Pretty much all they do is shove their book down your throat, when in reality it's a perfect substitute for toilet paper in a pinch. The same goes for their classes and all of their other abysmal products. Oh, and here's the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. No one, and I mean no one, is in harmonious union because of them. Barely even union. And they make this preposterous claim that they are the only ones that are connected to God, that they are the gatekeepers, which we all know are the words of an insane maniac. The only couple that they now still probably use as a poster twin flame couple got into harmonious union without any of their help. I don't know about now, but not too long ago, it was true that the woman who I first had the free consultation with still wasn't in harmonious union with her twin flame. And she was a subordinate to the narcissistic leaders working under them as a manager. Ladies and gentlemen, I truly could go on and on about this dysfunctional cult. And thank God I managed to get out just in the nick of time. I sincerely apologize that I cannot share with you the name of the cult, the leaders' names, or any of the members' names, but you can use Google, wink wink, to find out for yourselves. My advice is, if you see this cult or any other cult that is run like this, run. Run for the hills and don't look back. A spiritual group should never, ever pressure you into giving them money. You should feel free and comfortable to buy or donate as little or as much as you please. You should also feel free to come and go as you please and not feel like you are walking on eggshells. If you feel that this video was awesome and of value, I ask you to not just share this video, but to blast it out to as many people as you can, so we can save as many innocent, empathetic souls as we can from being taken advantage of. Also, please give this video a like, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell notification icon, as it helps my channel grow and lets me know that I should keep uploading more awesome videos. Last but not least, please feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings, as well as your own experience, if you feel compelled to share. Until next time, I wish you love and light, truth seeker. Peace!